Have you ever asked yourself, what is actually going on with my money? Like, where's my money actually going? I'm earning money. Some of you feel like you're earning like a good amount of money, but you're like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why I'm still in debt. I don't know why I am not rich. I don't know why I don't have such savings and investments as other people. I don't know what is actually going on with my own finances. Have you ever felt like you were in that position that I don't know what to do and where to start and where is my money actually going? If you have felt like that, what if I told you that the problem is not your money? The problem is in your mind. It's all in the mind right now. And it's something that we are going to break down today because I can tell you now you do not need more money. Yes, I could give you more money, but it will still be the same. Some of you have probably been in a situation where you've got a pay increase, you've got a promotion, you've got rid of other debt, but you still not where you want to be financially. You're just like, where's the money actually going? What is actually happening? And that is why today I want to actually break down mentally how can you reprogram your mind, because we all are programmed. We all have a mindset. It's just that not all of us, our mind is set by us. Some of us allow other people, allow circumstances to set our mind for us. So I'm going to help you reset your mind and program it in a way that is going to attract abundance. If you're new to my channel, I'm Noma. Welcome. I'm a personal finance coach and a licensed financial advisor. And my mission is to help you get out of debt, build wealth, make money, learn how to manage your money, feel like financial literacy is easy to understand. I am here to help you build your financial education and change your mind when it comes to money. So today, I'm going to talk about how to use your mind to help you manage your money properly. When I started doing this, it really did change my life as well. And it fixed my relationship that I had with money. And I remember there was a time in my life when I was so overwhelmed when it comes to money and I felt completely lost. I have worked overseas before. I'm from South Africa. If you're not from South Africa, watching this video, and my first job was overseas and I was earning dollars and I was there for 6 years, but I only realized on the fourth year that I don't have a good relationship with money. And I guess I was just getting a bit more mature by that time. I went overseas at a very young age. I just finished my degree. So I had my own, traumas when it comes to money. So I didn't use money the best way I should have. I sometimes meet my clients who are like 22 years old, 23 years old. And I was like, gosh, I wish I had Noma when I was your age. When I was that age, when I went overseas, when I was earning a lot of money, I wish I had Noma. I wish I had me to help and guide me to learn how to master my money mindset and also how to manage my money well. So I'm hoping that today I'll be able to assist you, whatever age you are, whatever situation you are in, and just to work on your mind and understand more about how to get out of that overwhelming feeling of that debt, of feeling like your money is just taking care of bills and that is it. Where you're in a situation where you know that I have done everything by the book and this is the life that I want, but I'm not living it. What I mean by that is, by the book, when we're told that you, as a child, you must study, you must get a qualification, and you must get a job, you must get a credit score, make sure you have a funeral cover and stockpile, just done everything that you were told, but you're still not where you want to be. You're still living paycheck to paycheck. You're still getting paid today and in 5 days the money is done. You're still struggling financially. You don't have an emergency fund. You have so much debt and you don't know how to get out. I'm talking about that kind of situation where you've done everything possible. You are earning a monthly income, but you're still feeling stuck and lost. So today we're going to break it down and how the mind is one of the main things that is blocking you from that financial abundance. So let's talk about something called a money mind blueprint. I've made that up and feel free to take it and use it how you want to. I've got my pen here, which means I'm now going to share the screen and show you my blackboard. And then we're going to dive into it a little bit more. The way you think about money is the way you feel about money, is the way you behave when it comes to money. If you grew up knowing that it only comes from hard work, from pain, from struggle, then that is how you're going to react when it comes to money. If you came from lack, then that is how you're also going to treat money, like it's in lack. A lot of people think that life is a pie. You've heard that. I'm just gonna draw my circle over here. So a lot of people think that this is life and everyone can only have a specific piece of the pie. So if I come in and I grab that piece of mine, let's say this is my piece here. If you think of life like this, that life is a pie, that means that because I have taken this piece, I have literally taken from you. That means there's only this much left, which means that someone else is going to come and take another piece as well, and then only this much is left, and etc. And you're just chipping away from this pie. That basically means that if I get rich, if Noma gets wealthy, Noma has taken away from someone else. That's the mindset that a lot of people have. That when you ask someone that, hey, how much money would you like to have and what will be enough for you? And they tell you, I don't want to be greedy. I just want to have enough to be comfortable. It's like saying, how healthy do you want to be? Like, how much air do you want in your lungs? I don't want too much air. And then you hold what you have because you're scared to take from someone else. I just want to have enough to breathe. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. You need to change your terminology. You need to change your words, because what you think about money, if you think that life is a pie, that if I go for 100% for what I want that is mine, I'm taking from someone else, I'm being greedy and evil, then because of that's how you think, that's how you are going to speak. That's how you're going to speak. You're going to treat people who have worked so hard to be wealthy, you're going to treat them like greedy people. So you're speaking that language. This is different from someone who is taking from someone else. I'm talking about someone who's just chasing wealth. If you are speaking that someone who is wealthy is greedy because they're taking from you, that's what you think. That's what you think. You're going to act that way. You're going to act content even if you're not. If you're not content, you have to keep working. You have to keep learning, building your skill, building your network so that you can build your net worth. But if you think, I am content with where I am, even though you know you want more, but because you're going to speak that way and act that way, that is what your life will be, because you think of life as a pie. So I want you to scratch that. I want you to change this. Life is not a pie. There's enough for everyone. Just because you are working on your wealth, it doesn't mean taking away from me. Just because I'm getting rich, it doesn't mean I'm taking care of you. I'm taking away from you. There is enough for everyone. There is a share for everybody. You are in your own journey. This is your own life. God planted you in a garden to create. So speaking about a garden to create, now I'm going to give you an analogy of a tree. So if you had to imagine that this is the ground and then this is the tree growing, okay? And then over here, we've got the fruits. I don't know what fruits are these. Oranges, peach, I don't know. Whatever, you can decide what fruit you like. Now, in the ground over here, before the tree comes, there is seeds that are planted. Before you even see the tree, there is seeds that are planted. I want you to think of this over here, the ground over here. I want you to think of it as your mind, okay? And then I want you to think of the seeds over here as your thoughts. Okay, so the seeds are what you think about over and over and over and over and over again in your mind, in your ground. Because this is where everything starts. Everything starts by, planting a seed. And I want you to think of the ground as your mind and the seed as your thoughts. So now, once you have planted that seed, you're going to water it. And then a tree will grow and then there will be fruits. There's no other way around it. So basically, The goal over here is to make sure that your thoughts are exactly what you want to have. You're not thinking about what you want or don't have. A lot of us, I'm going to come back to the tree. A lot of us, I'm going to put this, and this is your face. Okay. I'm not a good drawer, guys, so please, forgive me. Okay, so this is your face. A lot of us think we have our mental eye over there. A lot of us think about things we do not want. A lot of us think about things that make us sad. And the more you think of that, the more you speak about it. So you're speaking sadness, you're speaking negativity, you're speaking a lot of hate. Even at work, your energy oozes out miserable. But when you change that and you think about the things that you want, so even though I'm not where I want to be, even though right now I'm living at home and I hate it, but I'm going to think of myself in my own apartment with that beautiful view, with my amazing, supportive, leading husband that I can submit to because he's a great leader, and my beautiful child that is healthy, that is fun, that is respectful. And you just keep thinking and thinking of that. You're going to start speaking exciting things. One day when you meet that man, you are whole, you are full, you are good. You don't have a void that he now needs to fill, because now you are a breath of fresh air. You ooze out peace. Now, this is just me making an example with love, but there's many other things as well. Even a job interview, they can tell miles away if you are going to be negative in the office and stuff like that, just by how you speak and how you answer certain questions. So I want you to change your thoughts, and how you change your thought is by changing what you visualize. So stop watching things that bring you fear. Stop following people that make you feel less than, stop listening to music that is making you become an awful human being. So be careful what seeds you are planting in your mind by only visualizing things that you want. That's why creating a vision board is amazing. In the vision board of mine, I had Cape Town, and in the vision board of mine, I had my iPad, and I've achieved both of that in 1 quarter, and it is not by my doing. You have to start visually looking at what you want to achieve and focus on that, because then your thoughts, right here, your thoughts are what are going to be watered in the process, because they are the seeds that you are planting in your mind. The ground is your mind, and then the thoughts over here are the seeds. Now, the tree and the fruits is your reality. So your mind is what no one sees. No one can see what's happening in your mind. Reality is what everyone sees. So when people look at you and look at your fruits, and let's say, for example, your fruits are apartment of your dreams, and let's say it is a car, a Porsche, just making an example of a luxury car, and let's say another one is a Louis Vuitton handbag, and let's say it's traveling, so taking amazing vacations. Let's say these are all the fruits that people are seeing now, that is out there. No one though knows how you went from your mind to reality. All they see is it's what you currently have, and then they're going to start saying, wow, Noma is so lucky. But actually, there is so much work that goes in the mind first in order to become lucky in people's eyes. And there's something that Monroe talks about. He's a content creator here, Monroe Golden, and talks about, I'll just write it here. You have to be, do, and have. And I love that, because a lot of us want to have only. I want to have that apartment. I want to have that car. I want to have the vacations. I want to have the husband. I want to have whatever the soft life you want to have. So I'm going to write here, soft life. One of the soft life results are looking in shape. When you talk about being soft life, you mean you look good, you feel good, everything looks good. So let's talk about being in shape. Let's say healthy and fit. Okay, so healthy and fit. So a lot of us want this to be healthy and fit, but you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do in order to become healthy and fit? Can't just become healthy and fit now. What do I need to do? And in order for me to do that consistently, because you can't just do it once. You can't just do that workout for 1 week and think you're going to be healthy and fit and look like your goal body. You can't just post content for 1 week and think you're going to be a millionaire. What do I need to do though? So now you find out that, okay, I need to work out daily, for 30 minutes a day, and eat healthy. I'm just going to say healthy, but obviously you want to go a little bit deeper and more specific. So I need to eat whole food and fruits and just basically know exactly what you need to do. But in order for you to also do that, because a lot of us rely on motivation. When motivation goes, what do? In order for us to do that, you need to then become that person. You need to identify yourself as a healthy and fit person before you are. You need to change your identity. If you identify yourself as a healthy and fit person, you will wake up early and put in that workout and drink water and stay away from soda drinks and eat healthy and stay away from fatty fries and things like that are obviously going to go against a healthy and fit person. So it all starts with who you choose to become, and who you choose to become starts in the mind. Surrounding yourself with people who are doing what you want, surrounding yourself with YouTube videos, with podcasts, with things that are aligned with who you are trying to become, what you are trying to have. And then you're going to start thinking thoughts that are aligned with what you are trying to have. And once those are your thoughts, which are your seeds, then your reality will start changing. But when people see your reality has changed, they will then think, wow, you are so lucky. But you know that there was a time like that seed when I was under the ground, when I was in the dark, I was alone, when I was going through really tough times, when I was really trying to lose that weight, when I was really trying to finish that degree, when I was really trying to grow my content, when I was really trying to pay off that debt, that I went through so much pain and it felt so impossible. But now everyone can see what I've achieved just by changing my mind. There is something called a red car theory. You can research it. You can search it here on YouTube as well. And basically, if I had to ask you today, how many red cars did you see while you were outside? You would be like, I don't know, one. I didn't really pay mind to it. After that, because I've asked you and I've planted the seed, now that's what you thought of, you're going to start seeing a lot of cars that are red. Not because the cars were not there, not because now God has suddenly put all these cars over here. It's because now that you have thought of it, that's what your mind is naturally going to start focusing on. So you have to change your thoughts. The same thing happens with money. If you say, I do not have enough money. All the time, that's what you say. I do not have enough money. Money is so hard to make. I will never get out of this debt. Then that is exactly what you will see. That is exactly how your life will be. You will never have enough money. Money will be so difficult. You'll have to work hard and be so stressed to make money, and you will not get out of debt. Because that is literally what you think of. This is exactly what I mean when I say you have to be careful of the seeds that you are planting. And if you imagine your seeds as thoughts, that means you have to change what you're thinking of. And the best way to change what you're thinking of is to change what you surround yourself with. And that will automatically change your identity. So I want you to shift all your focus to all the opportunities that you want, all the growth that you can achieve, all the solutions. Surround yourself with people who want what you want or who have what you are currently chasing. I love my FLA, my Financial Literacy Academy, because we are all trying to become successful entrepreneurs online. We're all trying to become millionaires making money online. So when you're around that, you are automatically going to also try and reach what other people are reaching. When someone else posts, I have listed my stuff on Etsy, you are going to try and do the same as well, because that's what you're surrounded by. That is important. Now, there is something also that you need to be aware of that the mind does to us, which is, we call it self-sabotaging now, but basically the mind is trying to protect you from what feels like pain. So when you are uncomfortable, when you are literally spiking that cortisol stress hormone because what you're doing feels painful and uncomfortable. So something uncomfortable could be starting a budget, could be booking a session with a budget coach because I need this, but because it feels uncomfortable, your mind is going to say, don't do it, get away, run. Starting that business, posting that content, paying off debt. That is painful. Me putting in extra money every single week into debt, that is so painful. Investing, because it is a long-term journey. What if I don't end up touching my money? You have all these thoughts, and then you end up saying, no, this is uncomfortable, this is scary, this is not nice. Let's look for what we love, what is safe, what is comfortable, what we enjoy, which is basically staying in the safe space, staying in the safe place. So you self-sabotage, basically. You procrastinate, you avoid looking at your debt, you avoid recording that video. You go back to your old habits, not because you're lazy or anything, it's because you are literally scared and your brain is trying to protect you by saying, run away, don't do it. But you need to know the difference between life and death, fear and scarcity, and actual just my brain is confused here and thinks that I am in life and death fear when actually I'm not. This is going to benefit me. So you need to change this. You need to master your mind. You need to know exactly what I can do to get myself out of that mentality. When you start thinking negative thoughts, the enemy flooded in Eve with the negative thoughts, and she sinned after that. Not because the enemy forced her, the enemy just planted a seed in her mind. So just be careful with those seeds in your mind. Create some quiet time every single day and have your moments to look at your budget, look at your numbers, write your goals, create your vision board, work on tackling that debt, get out of that debt, to do all the rich girl habits that I talked about in this video over here. Listen to your inner voice and your intuition. If you feel like I need to be doing this for myself, I need to join this program for myself, or I need to tackle this debt for myself, or I need to book a one-on-one for myself, listen to it and be intentional about all your thoughts. Be intentional about all your actions. Replace fear with a vision of things that you like. When you're feeling in fear of taking that step of paying off debt, replace it with a vision of being debt free. When you're feeling that fear of investing, when you have a one-on-one with me and I tell you that, because of your age, let's start putting away 1,000 Rand or 1,500 Rand to your retirement. It feels like money is going away every single month. Replace that with one day, I'm going to get out of work and I'll be financially secure because I invested 20 years ago. So start really being intentional with what you're thinking and what you're visualizing in your life. The most important thing for you as well to do is just every day be grateful. So choose to be grateful with what you have. Choose to be always wanting to grow. Surround yourself with people who love you, want to see you do your best at all times. Not people who want you to spend money all the time. Not people who you cannot openly tell them, hey, financially, I'm not in the right position right now to be doing all of this. So please, could you understand? It doesn't mean we're no longer friends. It just means I can't go out all the time because I'm just trying to tackle this debt, or I'm trying to grow my relationship with my wife, or whatever it is. And also choose to find opportunities all the time. Choose to always wanting to see what power God has put in front of you to create that wealth, rather than sitting there and complaining about the wealth that you do not have. Because remember, our thoughts are literally seeds that we are planting, and those seeds are one day going to grow into fruits that will give us that financial freedom, that financial peace that we are striving for. And if this video really did speak to you, if you feel like this is exactly what I needed to know, Noma, then I promise you, you're going to love being part of the Wealth Club, which is a boot camp that I'm launching. It's already open right now. I will close the launch on the 2nd of May, and you book a one-on-one with me. We will dive into your budget. I'll give you a game plan and a roadmap on how to get out of debt and basically build wealth. I'm not just teaching you, I'm actually helping you and guiding you and helping you transform your entire relationship with your money. There's also masterclasses available for you to watch at your own time as well. So yeah, if you are ready for that and you feel like this is something that you need to change 2026, then I'll have it all linked below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, subscribe, share it with a friend. I really appreciate that. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.